Welcome back to SnowRunner. You join us today on Island Lake. Now, we got here in the last episode. It was a touch and go journey, but we made it in the end, but found we couldn't actually do the task we wanted to do on the way here. So instead, we found some areas that need bridges building, and that's what we plan to do today. We are building bridges. I'm not sure how many we're going to get done, but we're going to try and get as many bridges built as possible. But to do that, we need to head to the log station, which is north of where we are. You can just see it on top of the map there. So we've got to go on this route to our right. We'll do a watchtower on the way as well. Hopefully find us some new stuff on the way. Grab some planks and hopefully get them delivered. That's the plan anyway. A massive thank you to those who watched the recent episodes of SnowRunner. It is very much appreciated. Don't forget, a like on the episodes really helps the channel a lot as well. But a massive thank you to everyone with the comments and the tips as well. So we're on Island Lake. I don't know how long we're staying here for, but whilst we're here, we may as well do what we can. I still think we need to bring reinforcements in. I think we're going to need another truck with a low or high saddle, and I think we're going to still need a scout vehicle as well. So they'll be coming pretty soon, but while we have the Fleetstar, I just thought, let's get the bridges done. Let's make our life a little bit easier and do as many bridges as we can with these planks. And hopefully that enables us to get around a little bit easier. I do still think the Fleetstar is probably the best suited vehicle to Island Lake, based on the fact that it has all-wheel drive compared to everything else. I still believe the Transstar will do okay here, and that's what I'm planning to bring across at some point in the future. But first, let's unlock the watchtower. Okay, watchtower done. And what have we gained? So below us, there's another log station down. Okay, and the log station we're heading to is north. What does the other one do? Which one's that? Is that the right one? Which one is it? That one. Oh, there we go. So it does medium logs only. Okay, that's interesting. And now the other one does metal beams and wooden planks. Well, wooden planks are what we're after, so we can ignore the one south of where we are. Obviously, we're probably going to need that at some point with the medium logs. But we'll deal with that when we need to. I've just had a thought. Medium logs is going to be an issue. And yeah, there is going to be an issue with medium logs. I'm pretty sure the Fleetstar can't carry them. Don't think the Transstar can either. I'll have to check my other things, but I've got a feeling the GMC may be the only thing we have. Let me have a look. Right, trying to drive and look at something at the same time doesn't quite work. Okay, so the GMC is the only truck we have currently that can carry medium logs. That's a concern. I don't think the GMC is going to do very well here. So it could be interesting. Okay. We may have to see. It depends what we need them for and how far we're going to take them. But yeah, I'm a little bit concerned. Even this pathway to this log station isn't brilliant. As you can see, it's very wet and muddy. If you venture off the actual track, it's very swampy. Yeah, it's not the best terrain at all. It's really testing the Fleetstar quite a bit. So the GMC with no all-wheel drive could be in a bit of a situation. But unless we find another vehicle, we don't really have a choice. We're not buying any vehicles, so medium logs need to be delivered somehow. But we'll figure it out when we get to it. I don't know why I'm worrying about it now. But that's for later. To be fair, let's focus on what we're doing today. I can get sidetracked so easily when I come across things. It's so easy. Okay, we're making our way to the log station. We are nearly there. We've really put the Fleetstar through its pace. Ooh, through its paces. Need to remember we can't go off track. Off track is dangerous. Oh, okay, that was a hard hit. Definitely going to need a scout vehicle just to fix the Fleetstar, I think, the way it's going. Okay, we're here. So this is the first time we've actually got to this point. We haven't been here before. So we need to have a little drive around, see if there's anything to unlock, as well as pick up these planks. Not too bad an area though. It's a little bit muddy, but not too bad. You can skip around the outside and it's pretty dry. Can't see anything out that way. Okay, that's the pickup point there. So we have a route to our right that goes north by the looks of it, to something else up there. We've got a route round to the left on a watchtower, and okay, I think we'll do. I know tough negotiation these planks, but that's not something we need to focus on. That's going to the other log station, I think. Bridge the gap seems the logical choice, especially if there's then a join to the road there. Because if there is a join, that would help massively. Because it may be an easier road to do in terms of getting back here to get more wooden planks. So I think we start to bridge the gap and then see if there's a way to get across back here and go from there. I think that's our best option at this point. We'll go the other way first just to see if there's a way across, because obviously we haven't unlocked that bit of the map. There may be a road there, and if there is, perfect. If there isn't, we'll see if we can make it across, and if not, we'll just backtrack. But I think that's the right one to do first. So we need 2 sets of wooden planks in the back of the Fleetstar, and since we're not hooking up a trailer to the back of the Fleetstar, it should be fine. We know that Fleetstar has an issue putting trailers. I think it's lack of engine power more than anything else. We spoke about it many times. What's this new objective? This is a contest. Okay, flaming barrels. So I've said it before. I know I repeat myself sometimes. Contests we'll do last. So we'll probably, once we've cleared all the tasks and all the missions from all 4 maps in Michigan, we'll then probably do a couple episodes of just doing contests, and then they're done. That's the plan. Because at that point we should be, you know, really good with the maps themselves. You know, upgrade the vehicles as much as we can physically while in Michigan. I think we'll be in a good position. And I think doing them too early will go against us. So yeah, I think that's the right thing to do. What are we stuck on? We just come to a grinding halt after hitting something, it seems. What is it? Oh, it's a branch. Just sticking up ever so slightly, and it's just caught us out there. Fallen tree. Okay. This is a little bit muddier than what we had before, I think. It's a little bit trickier to get through. But this is our point of looking to see if we can get across. Hoping there's something here. Hoping there's a bridge just to make our life a little bit easier. Even if we have to build it. Just make our life a bit quicker. Oh, there's a building hat. That's handy. What does that need? I'm hoping wooden planks. Okay. So that's the yellow box, which normally is a drop-off point or a mission collection point. We saw the hat, which meant construction. There's no mission here. Okay. Is it? Maybe it's locked behind something. It might be. We need to do the bridge from the other side, or we got to wait for a certain mission. Maybe. I don't know. That's weird. I've never had that before. We've got a construction hat, but we can't deliver anything. We can't even see what's required. So all I can assume is it's a mission that's locked behind other missions, potentially, I suppose. Okay, that doesn't help us with today and hoping for a quick way over. Yeah, okay. That wasn't what I was expecting. I was, thinking maybe we could just cross. I thought there might be a way of a bridge to get across, or, a bit of land we could use, but looks quite a lot of water there. Right, I'm not sure if that's viable, to be fair. Maybe we go back down the way we came and then go up. I think that's our best bet, isn't it? Same as the hat for bridging a gap is that far left. Okay, well, this hasn't worked, so let's get ourselves turned around. I really thought that would be a little bit easier than this. Okay. Not necessarily easy, but I thought, there'd be some way of getting across from there. As I say, I've not had that before, where there's a hat, but there's no drop-off information, or task information, or mission information. So my only thinking can be it's locked behind a mission for whatever reason. We've got to do other things first before that unlocks, potentially. So if we head back to the log station, I will keep calling it logging station, even though it says log station. Can't help myself. We'll head across this way, and then from there we can head north, take this junction, and then we'll do bridge the gap over that side there. That will connect us to whatever that bit is in the middle. And then hopefully that may even unlock that mission to actually make a road or bridge. May only be unlocked once we've connected that other bridge, maybe. So we could still potentially have a shortcut back. This is going to be a bit of a perilous journey back again, isn't it? It's just going to be tough, I think. You see how muddy it is. I think, so far, this is the worst mud we've seen in Michigan. Black River wasn't too bad. There were patches that weren't brilliant, so the flooded fields The farm general area was quite bad, but other than that, it wasn't overly bad compared to this anyway. And then if you look at Smithfield Dam, there were some issues near the logistics base. That's pretty bad. But generally, it's nowhere near what this is like. A little bit drier section here. It's also very bumpy, which isn't too bad with the Fleetstar. It's quite stable. The Scout, which I'm thinking of bringing across, may struggle with the bumps, mainly because we know it's got a habit of rolling. It likes a good roll down a hill. I don't make it do it. It does it itself. It just enjoys a good roll. But yeah, I don't know. We'll figure that out. This is just really bumpy. That's all it is. I'm trying to think ahead. Right, what do we need to bring across? What's going to help us here? The fact that there's a massive fuel tanker helps, but I'm hoping it's enough. Otherwise, I'm going to have to keep buying fuel carriers. I wonder. So we found out before with the warehouse in Smithfield Dam, right at the top of the map. When we were short on fuel there, we bought a fuel trailer that came fully fueled, and then we filled up the Transtar with it, and happy days, and we left it there for any other journeys we need it for. And there's a Scout fuel carrier here. There's that big trailer full of fuel. But if you buy a fuel carrier trailer, they have fuel in it. What's the price when you sell it back when it's empty? Are we going to lose money by using something fully and then trying to sell the trailer back? I suppose I could take it to the fuel station in Smithfield Dam, fill it up there. It's a long journey though, but that would be a way of it not costing us a fortune in buying and selling back, if that is. It's a different price to sell back when it's empty. I'm assuming it would be. Right, we've got a little bit. I took the corner a little bit too quickly, and I've kind of come off slightly off the edge of the track here, which I think is causing us an issue. No, I think it might be actually the wood on the floor. Yeah, I think it's that wood that's stopping us. We had it before, didn't we? With the branches and trees that have fallen. Although, no, it is quite swampy as well. It's just, you notice how where we are on the track, we're a little bit off. And that tree's pulling us a little bit further into the bog, but it might be enough. Yes, it is. Perfect. Got to be aware of fuel on the Fleetstar. Obviously, if we run out, we haven't got anything here to get some more fuel currently. And we know there's places to refuel at the minute, so we've got to keep an eye on that fuel and just not risk it too much, I don't think. But yeah, I just wonder, is the price you buy a fuel carrier when it's full different to the price if you sell the carrier back empty? Now, I would assume it is, because otherwise it's kind of a bit of a cheat that you can just keep buying fuel carriers when there's no petrol station or fuel station. Because they're not cheap to buy. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens. I know we've got one at the top of the warehouse. When it's finally empty, which at some point I'm sure it will be, we'll have to sell it and see if there's a difference in price. I'm curious now. Obviously, if there's a bit of a cheese there, and you can just buy fuel trailers when they're full, sell them for the same price it costs to buy them when they're empty, then we've got to. I won't obviously cheese that. You know, I felt a bit cheesy by buying a fuel carrier and then having fueled in when we was at the warehouse in the Transtar was nearly out of fuel. That felt a little bit cheesy to me, but then at the same time, it's a trailer store. So to buy a trailer there makes sense. Whether it should be full when you buy it, I'm not sure. So it's not something I want to cheese. We don't want to really, make it too easy for ourselves at the same time. I don't really agree with cheesing things. If you know there's a way to cheese something, I kind of generally ignore it. So this is the task pickup point. I'm pretty sure we didn't pick this up originally from here. We picked it up from around the corner. Doesn't matter where you picked it up from, as long as we complete it. So, oh, that's a bit of a steep hill there. Okay. This should be the bridge site. And now we get to build a bridge. Our first one of the episode, and our first bridge built on Island Lake. There we have it. Bridge is built. Task complete. Bridging the gap. Or bridge the gap, I should say. So, that is that done. We want to go and have a look what this area is in front of us. I don't know what that is. It looks like a drill site, to be fair, from what we've seen before. But obviously, we haven't been there, so we don't know. And I want to know if there's a path we can use to get back across. And we won't really know that till we're at the drill site. So I think we need to head that way. but we're also short on fuel, so I think we need to head back to the fuel carrier just here and then come back this way rather than going right and back round to get some logs. We'll probably go back to where we are now and have a look around that area. I think it's a drill site. It looks like it is. There is remnants of a road, because for all I know we need to pick the mission up by the drill site, and that's why we couldn't do it the other side, because there's definitely something got to be done the other side. We just don't know what it is for whatever reason. So yeah, I think that's a good plan. As I say, we've got to be very careful in terms of fuel. If we run out, we are in a bit of trouble, because we've got to get a vehicle all the way here to give it enough fuel to then keep going. I've just realised I've had the flaming barrels contest on for ages. When we picked it up, I think I must have started it. I didn't realise that. There we go. It's off now. I just clicked and it was on. Yeah, so I don't really want to have to pull something here just to get some fuel to us. So we've got to not risk it too much if we can avoid it. But yeah, if anyone does know about the fuel carriers and, you know, cost of buying full and selling empty, let me know. Like I say, I don't like cheesing things. I don't like using glitches or bugs to my advantage. And if it is a bit of a cheese, then we'll just very much limit what we do with them. As I say, I felt a bit cheesy doing it when we was at the warehouse with the TranStar, but at the same time, the mechanics there, and we wanted to put a fuel carrier up there anyway, so we had some fuel up there. What do we need here? Oh, that, okay, that needs metal beams. That's something we can do at some point, because we get those as well from the log station. They take up 2 spaces. That'd be 1 load for the Fleetstar. So at some point we need to do that as well then, with the metal beams. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. We'll figure that out as we go. It's one of those, isn't it? Okay. So the fuel carrier up here, the large one. I'm also thinking this can be picked up and moved. If you've got a saddle on, which we're planning to do with the TranStar, we could actually move this. But I don't see the point. It's probably in the right location. The only tricky bit is sometimes the route to it is a little bit iffy. But yeah, I'm assuming we can move it. It seems to be movable, would have said. It's got wheels. It's not a permanent platform. But I don't think there's any real need to move it. So we'll leave it as it is. Unless we figure out we need it further up, maybe. Because Island Lake is massive. Maybe less landmass than other places, but it is still big. Okay, so that's my thinking. We go and head to this, what I think is a drill site, and to see what that bridge we built gives us, if we can make this turn around, and then go from there. I was hoping to get more than 1 bridge done today, because we've got Bob's bridge to do. I think there's 2 of those, which we tried to finish one of the missions by taking a curtain-side trailer there in the last episode, and discovered that you need to build 2 bridges before you can deliver the curtain-side trailer. So we know that needs at least 4 lots of wooden planks to do the 2 bridges. So I was hoping to get that done as well today, but I don't know if we're going to have time. Looking at the time done and already time recorded, plus allowing for episodes to be around half an hour. I don't like episodes to be too long unless one job takes a while. Yeah, I don't know how many bridges we'll get done. I was hoping for more than 1. Let's put it that way. We shall see. We had a discussion the other day as well. Stu the Gamer, who has his own SnowRunner series. If you haven't seen the DLCs or anything, go and see Stu the Gamer's SnowRunner episodes. He's doing the first DLC currently on some really tricky terrain. It's definitely worth a watch. But there was a point to what I was saying. We were talking about weather, so I asked the question in a previous episode about when it's raining, does that make the conditions worse on the roads? And he said no, it doesn't. It's one of those things that you kind of think, well, it would have been a nice implementation if it did make the conditions worse, but then I wonder how that would then affect the processing power and graphics and everything else. It's one of those interesting. Every time I see rain, my head thinks roads are going to be worse, be a bit more careful. It's kind of an automatic reaction, but actually it doesn't actually mean that in game. But it's just one of those things that happens. Right, we're here. What do we got? Okay, so we can load drilling equipment here, and that's it. 4 slots the drilling equipment is. It's obviously a big trailer. I'm guessing that's a mission at some point, if we can pick up. the drilling equipment. There's nothing else here that we can use by the looks of things. This was my point, to look and see if we can get across. So there's no yellow box to say mission for the thing we found, because exactly opposite us now, roughly, I say exactly and roughly together, doesn't quite work, does it? Across from us now, in the rough area, is where we came across that hat earlier that we couldn't do anything with, didn't tell us what we needed. But there's nothing here to say that's the mission or connection point. And if you look on the map, you can see the two roads that were here are no longer connected. Let's have a look around here. So yeah, this is one of the roads that is disconnected on the map. That looks extremely boggy down there though as well. So I thought that we'd actually maybe get that mission, but it doesn't seem like we will. So unless it's locked behind one of the main I call them main story missions. So when we look at the tasks and the missions, like tasks to me are missions, and then main story missions are the company ones. We have the 3 companies we've got to do jobs for. A lot of them are locked behind other jobs. That's kind of what I call them. So we've got Bob's Bridge, which is one of the ones we need to do to deliver the Curtainside trailer. But yeah, I think that one could be locked behind main story mission, maybe. That's my thinking. Makes the most sense, doesn't it? So whatever happens, we need more wooden planks. There is a back way in. So I wonder if we could have actually delivered that trailer the back way. I don't know what the road surface is like, but that Curtainside trailer that's ready to go but needs 2 bridges could have gone in the back way if that road is fully complete and it doesn't need something doing to it. But I think we're near the logging station anyway. We may as well just get some wooden planks, and we're going to risk it. I'm going to see if we can cross. If you look at the map, there are some bits of land that seem to connect. It's just going in the right way and making sure we get through, I think. It looks very boggy. I think we can do it. I don't think this is the right starting point though. So if we reverse back here, although we're a bit stuck, come on, put us out. I don't think we want to go down there. I think that's very steep, and I think we'll just get stuck at the bottom because we'll go in nose first. I think we need to be a shallower entrance. So we'll try further around, but on the map it does some of the land does seem to connect. It shows land rather than just water. I think that's the way to go. So yeah, there's a bit there that seems to connect. So if we can make it to that kind of edge there and head up to the northeast there, I think that might work. That bit as well connects, it looks like. So yeah, I think a shallower entrance and potentially see if we can get across. This potentially could be a shortcut, because otherwise we've got that long track to go on with the watchtower that we've done twice already today to go and pick logs and come back with logs. That's not the best track in the world. So if there's a shorter route across here that's quicker, perfect. And if we don't try these things, we don't know. So let's see what happens. And the Fleetstar, I still think, is the best vehicle to test these things out with. So we need to make it. Is there a connection there? I think there might be. Okay. We're already bogged down. It didn't last long, did it? That's the problem with trying shortcuts. Sometimes they're brilliant and they work. Sometimes it doesn't quite work the way you want it to. Again, we don't want to recover the Fleetstar. That is the worst thing we possibly can do, because I'm assuming it will end up in Smithfield Dam. I haven't tried to recover it because I don't want to, but I've got a feeling it would end up in Smithfield Dam because that's the nearest garage, or the last garage we use potentially. I don't quite know which garage, how we picked which garage. I'm assuming it is based on where they're based, last used. But we've never actually tried recovering a vehicle out of garage. It may not even be an option actually. I don't know. We'll look at that, don't I? Let's focus on what we're doing. I need to focus on getting across this bit of bog. Otherwise we won't make it there and actually get anything else done today. And I would like to get at least another bridge built. Okay, this hasn't quite gone to plan then, but we are still moving across. It's not like we're stuck. Trees definitely help. We are using quite a bit of fuel annoyingly though. Are we stuck? I know we're stuck, but I mean, are we stuck? There's something catching, I think. I do have an issue with the winch as well. Quick winch I've been using quite a bit recently, and works fine as long as you've got the camera pointing in the right direction. It can be a bit tricky sometimes, and it kind of connects to one that you don't want to the side and stuff like that. It's frustrating when it happens. But selecting a winch point yourself, I find that a bit tricky at times, just because if there's lots of options, trying to see where that dot is, to which one you're actually connecting, can be tricky. That's what I find anyway. I don't know if anyone's got any tips on the best way of doing that. Obviously, the only thing I can think of is you just have to look around and see where the white dot is slightly bigger, and that's your point, isn't it? So it just takes a while sometimes to you press left all the time, and it takes a while to actually get the one you want, or up or down or right. But you know, it's one of those things. But so far so good. We are getting across this. Yes, it's not the way I wanted to do it, and it's not the easiest of routes. I guarantee this is probably slower than the other track, although the other track does have the risk of being perilous. Whereas this, I think we're going to always be able to pull ourselves through. So I don't think this is as perilous as the other way, because you've always got somewhere to winch to, which means you're always going to be moving. So yeah, it's one of those. I don't, whether we'll use this route again, I don't know. It's probably a little bit too long-winded when you can just use a road. But never say never. It may be a point I go, you're going to use it again. So I don't want to preempt myself and say we're never going to use this route, because we probably will at some point when needed. But yeah, definitely road, I think, going forward for the time being. I do look at the Fleetstar, knowing it's our best vehicle, and do sometimes just think, just give me a better engine. Because we have got an upgraded engine in the Fleetstar. I have got notes. Driving and trying to look at notes never works. We've got the SI6V 2100T engine, which is the upgrade for the Fleetstar. And in comparison to that, the International Transstar, which I think is really powerful, has the same engine, but it's, at the end of the things, it's 2380. I'm guessing that's power. So 2100, I'd say it's something to do with its power, whereas the 2380 would be more power, I'm guessing, just by numbers. The Chevrolet Kodiaq has the same engine as the Fleetstar, and I'm pretty sure it's an upgraded engine. We haven't got a garage, so I can't really check. But yeah, that's my thinking. It needs a better engine. Okay, so we need to go all the way down, don't we? To get to Bob's Bridge. That is a long way down that road there. But at least that's one of two bridges there. At least get some of that done. Time-wise, we are getting close to being at what I'd like to say is our limit episode length-wise. So, I think we do this. We may have to look at time and see if there's time for another one. But it's quite a long journey. So I think we'll do this bridge and then we'll try and finish this off next time, I think. That's my thinking at the minute. And just because of how long it's going to take us, I think it's going to be quite a journey to get down there. I didn't actually think about how far you have to go back to get there. Bob's Bridge. It's quite a long way. It's because I suppose Island Lake's quite stretched out compared to other maps that we've done so far. Black River isn't very stretched out, so lots of journeys don't take very long. They do at the start because you're lacking good tyres, vehicles aren't brilliant, so you get a few upgrades on them. So things take time on Black River. Where Smithfield Dam, logistics base is really the hardest point to get to on the longest journey, I would say. Or is it the warehouse north of the map, maybe? I don't know. What logistics base and warehouse are probably both the two toughest ones, apart from warehouse is quite a nice road up a mountain. The logistics base is a lot of mud and tight turns and things. So yeah, whereas the Island Lake just is very stretched out. The amount of watchtowers here is incredible as well. So something to ponder on, I think. We're still damaging the engines of Fleetstar, which isn't going to do us any favours when it comes to fuel and speed and everything else. So we've got to be a bit more careful. It's the bumps that are doing it. You just get caught out. And then when you get caught out, you can't do anything. It's too late. You've already hit something and the engine gets damaged. The one thing we've got to be careful. I've always said the Fleetstar is quite stable. I don't even remember if have we ever flipped the Fleetstar? I don't know if we have. But if we have, it's probably down to me not slowing down correctly. But we don't want to roll over anytime soon. Mainly because if we can't right the Fleetstar on its own, which we haven't got an autonomous winch, but if we do roll it, we've got to get another vehicle here. Unless we can recover, which I don't know. But that will be tricky. Okay, I think this is the same spot we got stuck in last time, to be fair. I think it is the exact same corner. I've taken a little bit too tight and a little bit too fast. Right, we need to get out of this muddy bog then. Let's try and get ourselves out. Move forward. Come on. There we go. Yeah, getting that. I'm pretty sure it's the same corner. Just annoying. But back on our way. So we get to the end of this bit. This is the watchtower that we unlocked earlier. So we'll go straight ahead here and then take a left at the end, I believe. That watchtower didn't really give us anything, did it, really? Other than showing us the log station south of the other one. It didn't really show much up, to be fair. We haven't found a vehicle yet while we've been here. And we haven't found an upgrade, I don't think, either so far. Which I'm surprised by. I thought we'd have seen at least one by now. But I don't think we've seen... No, I definitely haven't seen one, I don't think. All vehicles. Which is a little bit of a concern. You know, there's nothing worse than not finding new vehicles and stuff. I don't know how many... I could need to check at some point. I know you can check, but... I'm wondering how many upgrades and stuff are in Island Lake. Although I think the check isn't for Island Lake alone. I think it's the whole of Michigan. But yeah, I know I'm getting a bit greedy. We've just got the TranStar, but I want new vehicles. That's the thing. Or just some upgrades would be nice. But yeah, not seeing anything so far. Okay, we're making progress though. We are getting there. As I said, I think this journey is longer than you think. But we haven't really hit the long bit yet. So here we have to take a left. Bit of a hill to go up. We'll be careful on this corner. Slowly does it. Yes, okay. There we go. I think if we took that too quickly, you could potentially tip to the left as you're going around that corner, and that could be bad. It's a long journey back. But yeah, this is the road that I think is quite a long way, looking at the map. It may not seem it, because actually it's quite dry. So we can get quite a bit of speed on the Fleetstar, as you can see. And yeah, just keep going, essentially. Fleetstar definitely comes into its own when it's on terrain like that. It just goes for it. It's got to slow it down on some of the corners. Oh, yeah, that wasn't what I wanted to do. I don't think we took damage though. It was just a bush that just exploded. Once the Fleetstar gets going, it can go. That's the thing. So I think right there is where we refuel, which we could go that way, but there's a tight rock formation that I don't really want to risk. I don't think there's a point in risking that. So we'll follow the route we first set out and go south. And go this way, I think. Just think of the safest route, quickest route. Sometimes the quickest isn't the safest, so you have to judge which way you want to play it. Okay, this is tough negotiation. We have picked this mission up already. What does this need? I think this builds a... Is this a bridge to the other one? Yeah. Oh. That needs wooden planks as well. We have the wooden planks now on us for that. And we're not doing it. I want to... Because we've got the curtain-side trailer waiting for us. And that's closer to the log station anyway. So I think we carry on to Bob's Bridge and do the first part of that, because it's further away, whereas that's going to be an easier bit to get to because it's closer, if I don't keep crashing. But yeah, we could have done it, but we're not going that direction for anything, so it's kind of a bit of a waste to do that, I think. So Bob's Bridge, let's just focus on that. This is where I can get carried away a little bit, and I start seeing other things to do and go, well, while we're here, let's just do this, and then we'll do this, and then it's like, well, one, I don't have time to do it all, and two, none of that makes sense because you can't get something to there, and yeah, I can get easily distracted when there's lots to do. Right, we are near the first of Bob's Bridges. We're getting there, and we are getting close to the end of the episode as well, time-wise. So I do think this will be half the bridge done, or one out of the two anyway, done today, and we'll look to finish that in the next episode, I think. The way it's looking at the minute. There's our curtain-side trailer. And here is our bridge, or one of two, for Bob's Bridge. There we go, Bob's Bridge is built, or one of them anyway. Okay, I think we want to move the curtain-side trailer across the bridge, I think. Mainly because it's a little bit in the way currently. So we move that across the bridge of us. Just see what that's like. Maybe we can deliver this now, depending how boggy the other side is. Because obviously we've not been across there. There might be a way of doing it. Too far away. What do you mean it's too far away? Come on. tipping ever so slightly here. A little bit of a worry. Right, there's the bridge. But yeah, I don't know what's the land is like the other side. And obviously we are slightly blocking this when we need to come through. So let's take it with us and see if we can either get across or put it into a safe point ready to build the next bridge. I think that's a good plan. Yeah. Looking at it, I don't think we're getting across there by pulling this. I think we have to build the bridge. Yeah, we have to build the bridge. I could risk it with the trees there to the right, but I don't think it's worth the risk if there's no reason to risk it. So yeah, we'll leave the trailer there, and then we'll have to go and get some more wooden planks, finish off Bob's bridge, and that will be the plan. It's a long way. I'm just trying to think, is there a shorter route? But I don't think there is. I think we just have to do what we've got to do. But that is it for today. A massive thank you to everyone for watching. We have completed 2 bridges today. I was hoping for more, but it wasn't to be. But we've done a little bit of exploring as well. Found a couple of things. So next time we'll continue on and finish Bob's bridge, and then we'll see where we go from there and what's next. But thank you for watching. We'll see you soon for more SnowRunner.